Of course, parking enforcement happens all over the island, but there are only a few cities that actually charge a fee to park. Dana Hutchings is here now with more on tonight's Checkpoint.
Jim, charging for parking spaces, it's a bit of a balance for cities and towns on the island. If they don't charge, it encourages shoppers and tourists to stay longer and to come back. But if they do charge, the city gets the revenue that can be used for improvements. So what do cities charge on Vancouver Island? In Victoria, sitting parking rates are $2.50 an hour, and there are about 11,000 spaces. In Nanaimo, the cost is 50 cents an hour. In Campbell River, Courtney, Port Alberni, and most other places, parking is free and there is a 2-hour time limit. And our Checkpoint question tonight, do you avoid going places that charge for parking?
There is one saving grace for drivers who park in downtown Victoria. Dana Hutchings is back with more on Checkpoint.
Jim, in an effort to attract shoppers, the Downtown Victoria Business Association regularly plugs the meters of overdue drivers, saving them from receiving a parking ticket.
They left a ticket for me and I put in.
Did you?
$2, yeah, and I didn't get a ticket. It wouldn't come out.
The next time you come downtown,
yes,
we'd love for you to park with our compliments in one of the city's parkades.
The DVBA parking meter ferry walks the streets Fridays and Saturdays. Using a handheld device, they're able to log on to the city's parking system and determine if a driver's parking has expired. Each day, the meter ferry uses $50 in quarters to plug the machine and adds an extra 15 minutes of parking time for overdue drivers, who are also given a 1-hour free parking pass.
It is enormously successful. The delight that people have when they arrive on the scene and find that they've been saved by the meter ferry instead of being given a $20 ticket is enormous.
Our Checkpoint question tonight, do you avoid going places that charge for parking? Here are some of your thoughts.
Avoid places that I have to pay for parking. I come from a small town, so it's like I don't have to pay for parking anywhere there.
We avoid it. My husband and I avoid it.
It costs money, it's inconvenient, and if the public transit is good, it's not so much here, but if the public transit is good, you can just take that.
Well, if I have to go somewhere, then I'll pay.
If it's convenient, closer, I don't mind paying a little bit.
When it's an all-day event and you got to pay $13, $14 for parking, I find that that's a little gets a little extensive.
No, I've never minded like a parkade, but if it was like a store that charged for parking, I probably would.
You shouldn't be charged for parking, especially if you're going to buy.
From Facebook, Sam says, downtown, we have one. Never go and not ashamed to say it. Pay parking and shopping is more expensive because rent and leases are sky high. Langford is my downtown. Vittorio says, if I had to choose between driving 2 kilometers to downtown and 5 to 10 kilometers with free parking wins every time. And Liz says, sure do, or I'll find cheaper parking and walk. I've been in BC for 3 years and I feel nickel and dimed to death. And the results of our web poll, the majority of people, 87%, said yes, they avoid pay parking, while 13% said no. And one more note about the Victoria parking ferries. They save about 100 people a day from getting a ticket. And that's tonight's Checkpoint.